15 swoon-worthy signs you're in love with him and totally obsessed. Your stomach is full of butterflies. You can't sleep nor eat. Could it be you've fallen in love? It's time to know all the signs you're in love with him. Maybe you've been in love before, but no two loves are the same. Sometimes what we think is love is simply lust. While other times what we think is nothing actually ends up being full-out love. But you can learn the signs you're in love with him to figure out what you're actually feeling. Now is the time to figure out what you're feeling. Are you in love? Is this just lust? The good thing about love is there are signs. So, if you want to find out if you're in love with him or not, watch for these telling signs you're in love with him. It's time to find out. Number 1, you have them on your mind 24/7. It's safe to say you're addicted. You think about him all the time, but really all the time. Every moment of the day, you're thinking about his jokes, his laugh, the way he chews, all these small details no one else pays attention to. If you can't seem to think straight, well, it looks like you're suffering from the love bug. Number 2, your eyes are glued on him. If you're staring at your partner every chance you get, it could be a good sign you're in love. Eye contact has always been a strong indicator of romantic feelings. People lock eyes with people they feel a romantic connection with, and it makes sense. You're not going to stare at someone you're not interested in. Number 3, you try new things. Before you met him, you had a long list of things you would never do. But now that you're in love, well, you're willing to try everything. Skydiving? Sure. Safari ride in Africa? Count yourself in. When you're in love, you're willing to try things your partner enjoys. Number 4, you feel like you're drunk. You don't need to drink or smoke, you're already feeling high from love. You've heard it in songs, but now you're experiencing it yourself. When we're in love, our brains function the same way as if we're high. Crazy, right? Dopamine is released into the body, which gives us the euphoric feeling. This is why people who are in love are considered to be crazy. Number 5, their happiness means everything to you. When you're not interested in a guy, their happiness isn't much of a concern for you. Instead, you're thinking about yourself. But when you truly love someone, your focus shifts. You just want to make them happy. You'll surprise them, go out of your way to please them, just to see them smile. Number 6, you're planning the future. With other guys you've dated, you never really envisioned the future. You may have thought a couple of months ahead, but anything more than that never happened. With him, you've already planned the wedding and where you're going on your honeymoon. Now, this sounds a lot like love and is one of the clearest signs you're in love with him. Number 7, you accept the gross things. Usually, when someone vomits or picks their nose, you're completely grossed out. If you were on a date with someone, it would be the last time they see you. However, because you're in love, these things you consider gross are no longer a big deal. So, if you're in love, you'll probably let their gross habits slide. Number 8, you feel energetic. What's with this sudden burst of energy you're feeling? Could it be love? I think so. When you're in love, it gives you energy, making you feel like you can do anything. If you're feeling more energetic when you're around him, you could be in love. Number 9, your heart rates synchronize. Romantic, right? When you're in love, you feel as though your heart has stopped beating. In reality, all that happened is it's now synced with your love. I know it sounds crazy, but when you're in love, your heart begins to beat at the same rate as theirs. Number 10, you're constantly talking about him. Whenever you get the chance, you mention him in a conversation with your friends or family. Not only do you think about him all of the time, but you also can't stop talking about him. Everything reminds you of him and you want to show him off to the people you love and care for. Number 11, you reread his messages. You save every text message he sends you, and when you are apart, you spend your time rereading his messages. Some people read a book, you read text messages. It makes you feel as though you're living in a romantic novel, going through each phase of love. Number 12, you feel yourself when you're around him. When you're around him, you can do and say whatever you want. You fully express yourself and don't feel judged. Even your deep dark secrets have been unleashed in front of him, and he has done nothing but support you. If you can open up to him in ways you never dreamed of, you're probably in love. Number 13. You look at the bright side of life. Before you met him, you would see everything from a pessimistic view. Maybe you thought love didn't exist or every day was cloudy, but when you're around him, it's only sunshine. Everything just feels and looks better. Number 14. You're waiting for his call or text. You text or talk on the phone all of the time. And when you aren't texting or talking on the phone, you're waiting for him to contact you. In other words, you're obsessed, but in a good way. You can't get enough of him. If you could, you'd spend your whole day talking to him. Number 15. You feel it. What can I say? There are some things you just feel inside. You can't really explain it, and that's what love is. It's an unexplainable feeling of happiness and joy, and you can't really put your finger on it. But you feel it deep inside of you. If this is something you're feeling, then you're probably in love with him. After looking at the signs you're in love with him, what do you think? Have you fallen in love? At the end of the day, you're the only one who truly knows what you're feeling. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos.